Hello, welcome back to another episode. After episode 2, the third episode of House of the Dragon Season 1 jumps ahead in time once again. The plot of House of the Dragon goes ahead rather quickly in comparison to Game of Thrones, but this is probably just true for Season 1. The first season of House of the Dragon is designed to portray the 30 years of tension that developed inside House Targaryen before the terrible dance of the dragon, although the whole Game of Thrones series took place over around 8 years. Watch out, spoilers ahead. After Princess Rhaenyra was crowned the Iron Throne's successor, House of the Dragon Episode 2 began with a 6-month time jump. When House of the Dragon undergoes its significant time jump around halfway through the first season, all the actors will not be the same. They were all maintained consistently between episodes and were mostly the same for Episode 3. Rhaenyra Targaryen and Alicent Hightower will noticeably have new actors playing them when the 10-year time leap happens. At this point, Millie Alcock will be replaced as the adult Rhaenyra by Emma Darcy, and Emily Carey will be replaced as the adult Alicent by Olivia Cooke. Because Episode 3 of House of the Dragon takes up only 3 years after Episode 2, the time jump isn't quite as great. However, a lot has happened for the Targaryens of the House of the Dragon during this time, including the escalating family feuds, a significant marriage with new heirs, and a protracted conflict fought by Daemon Targaryen and Corlys Velaryon. The events that took place between House of the Dragon Episodes 2 and 3 aren't shown on screen, but they significantly alter the relationships and goals of the characters. Alicent and Viserys were married. King Viserys Targaryen married Alicent Hightower quite swiftly in the time jump, as was predicted following the conclusion of House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 2. Their union made Alicent the queen consort of Westeros and undoubtedly increased the actual or perceived authority of Lord Otto Hightower over the territory. Rhaenyra was evidently driven away by their marriage as well. The princess could not bear to look at Alicent, much less be in the same room with her. In the 3 years leading up to Episode 3, the betrayal she felt following the news of their marriage at the conclusion of House of the Dragon Episode 2 only became worse. Alicent gave birth to Aegon and got pregnant again. House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 3 is set around Prince Aegon Targaryen's second name day, suggesting Alicent became pregnant with him almost immediately after marrying King Viserys. Giving Viserys the boy he always wanted, Rhaenyra has been slightly embittered by her half-brother's birth, particularly because the Lords of the Realm, the Hightowers especially, continue to press forward with her claim to the Iron Throne. Since Aegon was born, Rhaenyra has felt that Viserys has no need for her anymore and has interpreted his insistence that she marry as a way for him to replace her with Aegon. However, Viserys hasn't wavered in the 2 years since Prince Aegon's birth, and House of the Dragon Episode 3 seconds ending confirms that Viserys will maintain Rhaenyra as the next queen despite now having a male child. The 3-year time jump also reveals that Alicent Hightower has become pregnant for a second time. During House of the Dragon Episode 3, Alicent is quite far along in her pregnancy, teasing she'll have at least one more child by Episode 4 depending on the length of the next time jump. If House of the Dragon's Targaryen heirs follow the birth order laid out in George R.R. Martin's Fire and Blood book, then Alicent Hightower is currently pregnant with her daughter Helaena Targaryen. Daemon and Corlys' war for the Stepstones went badly. At the conclusion of House of the Dragon Episode 2, Daemon and Corlys Velaryon forged an intriguing partnership, although it hasn't been quite as successful as they had planned. In the 3 years between Episodes 2 and 3, Daemon and Corlys have been consistently losing the war for the Stepstones against the Crab Feeder and the Triarchy. With Corlys' brother Vaemond almost instigating a mutiny, it was evident that the conflict had grown difficult for those under Daemon and Corlys' command. Only 2 weeks remained until the Crab Feeder's army had to submit to Daemon, who marched right into their camp and emerged triumphant. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.